thank you everybody for joining the call this afternoon. My name is Franklin Stouffer. I am the Vice President of Sales here at Delta Media Group. And what I've put together today is a complete comprehensive overview of the DeltaNET all-in-one technology platform. This webinar is intended both for current Delta Media Group customers that are already using our DeltaNET 6 platform, as well as any brokerages that may be looking to potentially make a switch to the DeltaNET platform at some point in the future. The goal for today is to give a comprehensive overview of who we are, some of the partners we work with, and directly demonstrate how our website and lead generation programs can funnel business opportunities into the DeltaNET 7 ecosystem. DeltaNET 7 is the next major iteration of the DeltaNET platform. It represents more than 30 years of innovation, research and development, and building up of programs and development, all with the goal in mind of simplifying all of the features that we've built over nearly 30 years and making it into the most easy to use and customizable CRM and real estate marketing platform available in the marketplace. So for those of you that do have questions as I go throughout the presentation, please make use of either the chat or the Q&A features on Zoom, or you could save your questions for the end while I'll have time to do some live Q&A at the end of our recording today. So feel free to plug your questions in as you have them, and I'll do my best to give a review over all those questions at the end of today's call. If for any reason, those of you that are joining me live today have to jump off of the call, this is being recorded and we're going to be making this video public on our YouTube channel, and we'll be sharing a link to everybody that was registered to this meeting as well. So again, thank you for your time, and I'm going to go ahead and jump into what I've got prepared for today. Starting first and foremost with who we are at Delta Media Group. At Delta, we focus on developing custom software, and that's both websites, backend, CRM, intranet solutions. With Delta, the answer should never be no. One of our core values is we always find a way. We always want to find a way to get it done at Delta. And so when our customers and partners come to us with needs, it's our job to find a way to provide solutions to the needs that you have. And to that effect, we're unique in that we're the longest standing software developer in the all-in-one software space for real estate. We actually got our start all the way back in 1993, putting together the very first website in the country that was powered by MLS data and photos in 1994. So we've been in the real estate software space for 3 decades, and we're going to continue to do what we've always done, which is service our partners and help them do more business. And ultimately, by helping our clients do more, they're going to help us share our story, because we're also unique in that we are 100% family owned and operated with no outside investors, no Wall Street dollars invested in our company. We've done things the organic, kind of Midwestern bootstrapped way of building up our business by doing the right thing over the course of 30 years. And our CEO, Michael Meinert, is pictured on this slide, and he is the sole owner and operator of Delta Media Group. And today, we're happy to be servicing more than 50 of the Real Trends top 500 ranked brokerages. So we have carved out an impressive niche inside of the enterprise real estate brokerage space for those companies that are looking to deliver a top-of-the-line, high-quality CRM and website experience for their company. We've become the #1 chosen provider in that space. And at Delta, we have 3 key areas that we consider our differentiators. And so those 3 things that I want to hone in on at the beginning of this call, as well as throughout the entirety of the presentation, are the things that Delta does different. You know, in 2023, there are dozens of providers in the space that offer an all-in-one solution for real estate. At Delta, we check all of the boxes you would expect to see. You know, IDX websites, we've got email blasts and email drip campaigns and a CRM and all those things that you expect a technology company to have in this day and age. So the purpose of today's presentation is going to be covering all of the things that we do different that you're really not going to be able to find at any other technology provider. And those of you that are existing clients on the call, this will be a great refresher or a reminder on some of those tools and features you have access to that you may not be leveraging in your business. And so the first 3 differentiators I want to key in on are #1, the fact that we're family owned and operated is something that we actually directly put in our contracts as a guarantee to our clients that we're going to remain independently owned and operated with a no-sell guarantee and protections for our customers that we're going to keep doing what we've done for decades, which is be an independent technology provider you can trust that doesn't sell your data, that doesn't share your information with your competition, that isn't going to sell to another Wall Street investor in 5 years because their original VC company wants a return on their investment. We give peace of mind and stability to our partners, and it's a privilege to be able to say that we've got clients on our platform that have been with us since the 90s. that have never needed to make a technology switch because of the immense amount of money and effort we put into R&D on constantly making our platform the best platform in real estate. Our second big differentiator is the intense focus that we have on search engine optimization. And to that end, we've developed patent-pending SEO software that is installed on all of our websites that is automatically and optimizing things under the hood that most SEO firms need to do by hand. And it's a big differentiator for our websites to be able to rank well instead of the Google search engines, as well as other engines like Bing or Yahoo, being able to drive traffic to our websites, mostly due to the fact that we are also the fastest aggregator of listing data in the US, updating listing data in as often as 1 to 5 minutes for more than 95% of the country today. So we are constantly updating new listing data and showing Google that our websites have fresh content first to help drive traffic back to our websites to generate leads and give you an ROI on the money you spend for our platform. And number 3 is we are an intensely customizable platform, meaning that not only do we do custom websites, but we also do custom development on the back end, making it so that every brokerage using the DeltaNET has their own unique personalized version of the software that's going to give them the best experience possible for their agents, because every brokerage is a little different. And we believe very heavily that you shouldn't rely on an off-the-shelf solution that nearly every other brokerage in the country has access to, and that the companies that truly want to excel are going to create something that's tailor-made and customized to their unique business. And that's what we help our partners deliver to their agents. And to that end, what we provide at Delta Media Group is a platform. And that's kind of a vague word. So let me explain a little bit more about what that platform is and what it ultimately means. At Delta Media Group, our core product is the DeltaNET. And DeltaNET is the underlying product that powers all of our other tools. It is our CRM, it's our intranet, and it powers all of our ancillary services, like our websites. DeltaNET Academy is our training and education system. Open House Connector is our automated open house management app to help agents run open houses more efficiently. Properties in Motion is an automated listing video service designed to give your agents listing videos for every property that they list. AdWizard is our automated advertising platform, allowing agents to set budgets and have ads automatically running to Facebook, Instagram, or even to Google pay-per-click for things like new listings, or if you've got upcoming open houses that you want to advertise. We have a platform to allow you to do that. We also have Delta Create, which is our built-in software allowing agents to create and customize hundreds of different designs, from flyers, postcards, brochures, email templates, social media templates, and more, all integrated directly with Express Docs for print fulfillment and offering integrations with Adobe InDesign to import your own marketing tools directly inside of Delta Create. And finally, we have Delta Pitch, which is our built-in CMA builder, allowing agents to build a CMA in as few as 2 clicks, and even automatically building a CMA for those customers that may enter their home's address on your website looking for home value estimates. So one of the words you may have keyed in on that I've mentioned several times is automation. And at Delta, our mission statement is we automate to elevate life. And our goal is to automate as many tasks as possible for the agents so they can spend less time learning technology and more time doing the things they want to do, which is help people buy and sell homes. And the last thing I'll mention before I move on to the next slide is that at Delta Media Group, we also believe very heavily in the mantra of all in one when you want it, or best in class when you don't. So our platform was built out of the gate to be an all-in-one landing zone so that you can consolidate and save money by cutting other technology providers and using our all-in-one integrated system. But to that same effect, if you love your current CMA provider, for example, then you can continue to use that CMA product and we'll integrate with them via single sign-ons or sharing data feeds. Or if you love the current education system you're learning, for example, the Leading RE Institute, you can continue to use that software and we'll simply integrate with that product. We have over 100 integrations in the DeltaNET today. And one of the best things that we have to offer is that we don't charge to set up new integrations if we're ultimately making our platform better. So we're always looking for ways to work with other third-party providers. The answer has never been no from Delta to work well with others. Something else that we do that's different is focusing on delivering software that our brokerages say they need. I had mentioned at the beginning of this recording that we are not owned by any Wall Street entities. We have no venture capital dollars in our business. And one of the reasons why that's so important is that we're in control of our own destiny and where we put our money to make our product better. And so a few years ago, we started advisory committees where we invite some of the brokerages using our platform to get together in collaborative group meetings with us. And they meet with myself and our product development manager, Harley, on a quarterly basis to check in and get hands-on insights into the tools that we're building, have a direct say in what we build and when it gets built and what's working and what's not in their business. So we can focus on building and delivering the tools that our brokerages say they really need in their business. So we're constantly listening to our end users, the agents and the companies leveraging our software, and everything we build is designed to give them back something to their companies so they can continue to grow their market share. We have multiple groups of advisory committees, and the companies represented on this slide are just a handful of the brokerages that are giving us great feedback to help make our product better. And ultimately, there are three areas of service that we provide at Delta Media Group: technology services, marketing services, and support services. And we're going to cover these three topics on the call today, doing a deep dive on our technology, which is our websites, our mobile apps, our intranet and CRM product in the DeltaNET, and the ability to do custom web design projects as well. Our marketing services include things like our ongoing SEO strategies, pay-per-click management, automated advertising, and more. And finally, those support services are just as important as what we do on the MarTech side, because at the end of the day, if you're leveraging our technology and marketing in your company, but none of your agents are using those tools, then you're not going to be very happy. And so we've built a best-in-class tech support team at Delta Media Group that is all in-house in Northeast Ohio. So we don't outsource anything that we do from a tech support, a web development, a programming perspective. Our entire company is based in Canton, Ohio, about an hour south of Cleveland. And we have tier 3 level technical support that we believe very heavily in offering live phone call support, email, and live chat support with same-day responses to get back to you or your agents on any questions or concerns they may have with the tools that are being provided to them. So these are the three areas that Delta Media Group provides service to the brokerages we work with. And we're going to start this journey on going into the deep dive of these three categories, beginning with what your consumer's experience will be. What is it that your customers, the home buyer or home seller or prospective client, what do they see when they're engaging with your company for the first time? And to that effect, we build beautiful, high quality, mobile responsive websites and mobile apps that are available in the iOS and Android app stores, as well as being available, obviously, online. And our approach to website development is very unique compared to other vendors in this space. We build our websites in our own proprietary platform that's designed to give us the ability to do literally anything that a company could think of when it comes to web design. Our answer, again, is never no. If you have an idea on what you'd like to do with your website, we have solutions to be able to give you an answer to that need. And we have what is called a mobile modular design approach, meaning when companies look to us to build a website for them, we take elements of websites we've built in the past and can stitch together custom looking websites without a giant custom price tag on them. Meaning you can have high quality personalized websites by taking over 100 different modules or widgets that are in our design guides and stitching together a website that looks great for you. And it's more than just residential websites. We also deliver commercial websites, property management, relocation, career and recruiting websites, and more. Any need you may have in the real estate vertical for a website, we have solutions for. And a great benefit of working with Delta is if we're managing your residential website, we can manage all of those secondary websites all in the same backend intranet. So we can build a commercial, a recruiting, and a residential website, and you have one login to manage all three of those different websites, each with their own unique lead routing rules, settings, and more. And of course, this extends beyond just brokerage websites. We also have complete support for team and agent websites included as well. And a big benefit of working with Delta is that all of the functionality of your brokerage website automatically funnels through onto your team and agent websites as well, including things like animations on the homepage as you scroll down the website, the ability to generate seller leads by customers filling out forms on your website, and all the abilities to create custom web pages, manage your navigation, change the pages on your website. They're all fully management and modifiable directly within the DeltaNET software for both the brokerage, team, and agent websites, giving you the ability to have tons of different design capabilities within our software. And these are all just different examples of team and agent websites that are scrolling through right now. And I'm going to take a moment to jump out of the slide deck and into a live walkthrough on a few of the key differentiators of our approach to website design. And so what I'm going to do here is share our first website that I have prepared, which is Coldwell Banker Bain's website. Coldwell Banker Bain is the #1 Coldwell Banker brokerage in the country by sales volume. They're based in the Pacific Northwest, and they have about 1,500 agents across the states of Washington and Oregon. And one of the things that makes Coldwell Banker Bain's website different is that based on how the consumers interact with the website, they can actually have different versions of the website presented to them. So for example, as I scroll down their homepage, you'll see things like real-time updating activity for Seattle and Portland. These are widgets that you can put on our homepage designs, just like this call to action for what's your home worth. These are different things that you could stitch together to make a website design in our platform. They're also highlighting all of the listings in their market in all the areas that they do business, followed by a section here that we'll highlight in a moment, which is where our SEO software comes into play to help drive more traffic to the markets that you service. Now, I'm highlighting Bain's website initially because based off of how the customers interact with the website, we can load a hyper-local version of the website to that consumer. So for example, if I was looking for homes in Bellevue, Washington, or looking for agents in Bellevue, Washington, which is about 30 minutes east of Seattle, their website can remember that behavior. So when I visit Coldwell Banker Bain's website, I can see the Bellevue version of their website loading. There's now different photography. I'm no longer seeing the Seattle Space Needle in the background. I'm seeing market activity for the city of Bellevue, information about the office that they have in this area, this weekend's upcoming open houses in Bellevue, and the brokers and agents they have that service this market. And again, based off how I interact with the website, it's going to remember my search behaviors. And for example, if I was looking for homes in Bend, Oregon, 4 hours away from Seattle, their website can remember that behavior and load the Bend version of the website, which empowers Bain to be a hyper-local presence to the consumers in all of these markets that they do business in, but also directly helps their recruiting strategies as they look to hire more agents in these markets to showcase that they really are a local brokerage, even if their headquarters is 4 hours away in the Seattle Bellevue area. Beyond doing that automatically behind the scenes, we also will do geolocated websites based off of the consumer's interests. So, for example, on Cutler Real Estate, a brokerage we work with in Northeast Ohio, they can interact with their consumers, asking them to tailor their experience. Meaning, if I wanted to look just in Northeast Ohio, or the Columbus region, or Cincinnati region, I can select my region and it'll update everything on their website to follow the default search criteria for that region, agents that service that region, blog articles that are tagged for that region. And it gives them the ability to have a hyper-local site, even though they've got a larger geographic footprint. So beyond the targeting geolocation-wise that our websites offer, they also offer something called persona-based websites, meaning based on the persona of the customer, we'll give different information to that contact. So for example, on Cutler's website, by default, you're on the buy version of the website. As I start typing in the search bar, it auto-completes for property searches. I could see call to actions about buying the right home with things like signing up for property alerts, mobile apps, new listings, an overview of market activity, the regions that they service, and even the realtors that are in their company. However, if I landed on Cutler's website from a seller article, or to illustrate the point easily, if I click the sell button on their homepage, everything on the website flips to be seller focused. So now that search bar tells me to enter my address to get home value estimates. They've got call to actions on how they can help you sell your home. So I could see things like signing up for a market analysis, content on selling, and I can even see blog articles that they have tagged as seller content that are being displayed right on the homepage. So all the activity is going to be focused on getting me to engage as a potential seller. While we're on this page, I'm going to quickly show you our built-in AVM tools, which many brokerages will use something like a buy side, or now known as Percy. Our clients have built in the ability to do home value estimates right through our software. So any of our websites, including the agent and team websites, have the ability for you to enter your address and get multiple different estimates back on the value of that property. So I've entered here an address locally in Northeast Ohio, and this is showing me the Google Street View of that home. I could see the different home value estimates from Zillow, RPR, and Delta's own proprietary estimate. And you're going to have call to actions all throughout this page to get me as a potential seller to engage with the platform. So I could see in Stark County, it's a seller's market, and I could see real-time statistics about this market and sign up for a Market Watch report. I have an interactive heat map showing me where the home buyers are for properties like this one, as well as a map where the recently sold listings are in this area. interactive graphs, and more, all designed to get me to click the contact form and give my information to the brokerage to become a new listing opportunity for that client. Finally, what I want to highlight here is using Coldwell Banker Prime, a brokerage we work with throughout the state of New York, is that we've got a lot of things that we're doing on the SEO side. And SEO is kind of hard to display. It's an intangible. Things like meta descriptions, keywords, and tags that happen under the hood aren't very easy to visually show. So what I'm going to leverage through their website is the visual way of our content building software and how the SEO is ultimately going to get traffic to your site and ultimately give you organic lead generation through the web services. So every website we manage will highlight the key counties, cities, or zip codes that that brokerage operates in. For Coldwell Banker Prime, one of their regions is Albany County. So everything I'm going to show you from this point forward is automatically generated on the fly by a proprietary SEO software. So if I click on Albany County, it's going to take me to a landing page that was automatically generated by our SEO software, showing me all of the cities that are in Albany County, New York. I could see each one of the cities represented, and to make this easy, we'll just click on Albany City. This again is an automatically generated landing page showing me now information about the city of Albany, like the newest listings that have hit this market. I can search for homes in the city. We'll revisit this section shortly. It's also going to pull through demographic information pulled directly from the US Census Bureau, market trending data that we've accumulated on the site, blog content that's tagged for the city, and the other markets that they do business in. This section here is what's proprietary to Delta. And ultimately what this means is that the bigger your geographic footprint, the better your SEO is going to do. So for example, because Albany is a county that they operate in, they automatically have landing pages for every city in Albany County, New York. Now, every single city also has its own subdivisions and neighborhoods and school districts that also all have automatically generated landing pages for those areas. So when you think about SEO, there are 3 types of search terms that Google cares about: short tail, mid tail, and long tail search phrases. Short tail will be something like homes for sale in Albany, New York. That's a hyper competitive phrase that the big portal sites are going to dominate. However, our clients do very well for mid tail and long tail search phrases. Mid tail is somebody that's Googling homes for sale in Bishop Meadows, Canton, Ohio. It's a subdivision. Homes for sale in Canton City Schools, Ohio. It's a school district. It's one more step qualified than just a city. And then you have long tail, which is somebody Googling an address because they saw a sign in a yard, or they saw a newspaper ad or a billboard. They're Googling a specific address. And we rank very, very well for those mid-tail and long-tail search phrases. The SEO software here is creating all of those mid-tail landing pages. So I can see every neighborhood that has active listings in the city of Albany. For example, Londonville. So if I click into the Londonville neighborhood page, this is an optimized search results page showing me all the listings for sale in Londonville neighborhood, New York. And if I click into one of these detail pages, this is an optimized property detail page showing me all the content about 4 Bluebell Lane, Albany, New York. And this is just one of the different designs we offer for detail pages, for search results pages. We're very flexible when it comes to the design of the sites themselves. But the goal is, no matter how the consumer is interacting on the website, we are always keeping call to actions in front of the customer, asking them to engage. For example, if I'm looking at photos of this property and I decide I want to tour the home, no matter where I'm at, I've got the call to action to request a showing of this property. I can specify the day and time I'd like to see it. And I can tell the agent, I want you to text me to confirm that appointment. And sending that request in is going to send it into the DeltaNET and follow the lead routing rules you have set up there. And we'll revisit that in just one moment. The last thing I wanted to highlight on the front end before we dig into our back end tools is give you a real quick look at our default property search using here Coldwell Banker Bain. Again, I'm going to talk about the specific areas that we do search different. So when a consumer is interacting on our web platform, they have the ability of doing a search near me, which will show all of the properties within a 1 mile radius of their current location. They could do a drive time search powered by INRIX, meaning our customers can enter a property address. For example, I could enter Bungie as a work address and say, I would like to have a 20-minute drive to the office, and I need to be there at 9 a.m. Adding that to the search will then draw a polygon on the map, showing me where I need to live to have a 20-minute commute to that office. And it'll actually overlay those boundaries on the map. And I have the ability to come in here and I can remove those locations if I want. So not only can you do a drive time search or a lifestyle search through integrations we have with companies like Local Logic, you also have the ability to do a point of interest search. So let's say I narrow into an area where I may be interested in moving. I could do things like show me where all of the restaurants are in this area. And it's going to populate those restaurant icons on the map. And I can see the name of that restaurant, its rating, and more information on its Google business page. I can also populate over 100 different points of interest right on the map. So I could see where things are in the area that I might be interested in interacting with. You can, of course, do property searches for actives, solds, coming soons. You can search commercial, land, multifamily, and have all sorts of advanced filters that are relevant to your market. And a differentiator of our sites is your customers can sign up for instant listing notifications, meaning within minutes of a listing hitting the MLS that matches their safe search, they're getting communications from your platform. All right, with that being said, we're going to jump out of our websites now and back into the keynote to talk a little bit about the fact that if you've got a great looking website, what type of performance can you expect as it relates to SEO and traffic and getting clients to interact with your site? And across the board in our platform, brokerages of all sizes are typically seeing a significant increase in initial traffic to their websites within 6 months of making a switch to Delta. The most important thing that I want to key in on with regards to traffic and lead generation is that our clients, on average, with over 150 brokerages leveraging us for SEO strategies, we see that over 70% of leads generated on our platform come from organic search. That's somebody doing a search on Google and then clicking a link from those landing pages to land on your website. So SEO is over 70% of the leads being generated on our clients' websites, and organic traffic is much more qualified than paid traffic or any other type of channel like social media, for example, because organic traffic is somebody that did a search on Google, they were looking for information, they clicked on your website, and they voluntarily filled out a contact form. They do very, very well from an SEO perspective. And so the last things to wrap up on the front end side is our approach to web design is different in that it is not WordPress based, meaning we're not constrained within any constrictions that WordPress has. We built our platform from the ground up with SEO in mind. We're the fastest updating listing data in real estate. We could do anything from a property search perspective. We pull in every single variable from every MLS that we integrate and pull data from, and even do things like deduplication of listings on the fly if you're a brokerage and multiple boards. We also can build and generate seller leads through our websites, do geolocation and persona-based sites. You can create custom lead capture forms and have your own unique lead routing. And out of the box, we have over 50 different customizable website designs available for brokerages, teams, and agents to leverage in our system. On the marketing side, some of the services we provide include hyper-local blog content, where we'll create blog articles that are hyper-local to your city. For example, top 10 places to watch fireworks in Canton, Ohio. Top 5 places to get a burger in Dallas. We'll do hyper-local business-focused and oriented blog content that is unique to your area. We do ongoing monthly optimizations to your website, which is manual SEO work, detailed monthly reporting and audits of your website and how it's performing, including benchmarking against other brokerages, automated listing videos for Facebook and YouTube on your website, drive time search, single property websites, automated advertising of new listings through preset budgets for Facebook, Instagram, and Google pay-per-click management of your campaigns, LinkedIn career recruiting ads, social media advertising, and even full-on social media management, where our team can manage daily posts and manage your Facebook, your Instagram, Twitter, and other social media profiles, where our team can have a content calendar and be running those accounts for you. Now, that covers the majority of the front end of the software. So now we're going to pivot into the DeltaNET. You've got a great looking website. You've got great SEO. You're getting leads coming through your website. Ultimately, those leads are going to be funneled into the back end of the platform. And the DeltaNET is where you're going to nurture those leads. You're going to prospect for new leads, have marketing running for your agents, and ultimately generate business for you. And so what I'm going to do as we lead up into the reveal of DeltaNET 7 is show explicitly how focused Delta is on R&D and continuing to improve our product. This is another differentiator in that we know for a fact there are CRM and other services in the marketplace that have not had a major version overhaul in over 10 years. And quite frankly, with the speed of which technology is improving, You need a company that is focused on being cutting and bleeding edge with technology. So here's a quick snapshot over the last 10 years of the DeltaNet. In 2013, we launched DeltaNet 4. And this, you can see immediately, is a software that looked great 10 years ago. As I said, there are still products in the marketplace today that look very similar to this that are not fully mobile responsive and have had no major updates in years. 4 years later, we launched DeltaNet 5. DeltaNet 5.0 was the first mobile responsive version of our platform and was designed to give agents the ability to finally take the DeltaNet on the go with them. Everything that they could do in DeltaNet 4 carried through into a mobile interface. In 2020, we launched DeltaNet 6.0. DeltaNet 6.0 was designed to give our clients for the first time the ability to customize their system in some way. They could white label it. It didn't have to say DeltaNet. It could say ProLink Plus. It could say Online Assistant or Online Office. They could create unique buttons that they could put on their homepage dashboard, giving them the ability to put features on their agent's homepage that they cared about. It was the beginning of what ultimately will become DeltaNet 7. And DeltaNet 7 officially launches 1 week from today, so March 28th in 2023. And DeltaNet 7 represents 30 years of feature development, all put into a platform where our key design philosophies were to make this thing as simple to use as possible and make it yours. So take the philosophy we had with DeltaNet 6 of giving you some customization, giving you some white label abilities, and let's turn that dial to 11. This entire platform was designed from the ground up to be able to say, regardless of an agent's technology level, they can have a version of the system that will bring them something of value. Our biggest hurdle to clear as a technology company is we constantly get requests from our brokerages saying, we have agents that want XYZ. And we don't say no. We build those features that our techie agents say they need to be a differentiator in their business. And so what had happened over the course of 30 years is we had built a high fidelity, tech heavy platform that catered to the 5% of super techie agents. And what DeltaNet 7 was designed to do is design the system for the 95% of non-techie agents without sacrificing functionality. And to do that, we created a system that supports user roles, meaning you can have a simple mode version of your DeltaNet for the 90% of agents that only need 3 things. And you can have an advanced mode of the DeltaNet for the 10% of your agents that want all those bells and whistles. Rather than needing to go out and buy another third-party system, they've got everything in the same platform that all your non-techie agents are still using and getting value out of. Maybe you have a recruiting officer and they need a unique version of their system, or you're a strictly buyer's agent or a seller's agent, and you don't need to see the other tools because you only do one side of the transaction. Our system allows the creation of user roles that I'm excited to walk through today. But before I do the live walkthrough, I also need to make one preface that what you see on the walkthrough today is our off-the-shelf version of the DeltaNet. And every brokerage that works with us will have a unique implementation of the software itself. We have that philosophy of not only making it simple, but making it yours, meaning to your agents, this will not feel like a software that you went out and you bought the DeltaNet. You went out and you bought another third-party CRM again. This is different. DeltaNet is different. It's designed for you to be able to tell a story to your agents that you partnered with Delta Media Group to create your own version, your own software, that your agents can't leave your brokerage and go get anywhere else. So here are 4 different implementations of the DeltaNet system. We have companies that don't call it DeltaNet at all. They've white labeled it and call it something completely different. And here is what these 4 systems look like when you're actually logged into their DeltaNets. So Coldwell Banker Legacy has all of these tiles that are buttons designed for their agents to feel like they're still on their mobile home screen. And they've got quick access into the features that are relevant to them. At Red Key Realty, when their agents log in, it's designed to tell them a story. Every time the agents log in, they see activities that have been created for them through our AI-driven software to create tasks to engage the agents. They can see customers that have been active, leads that have been assigned, and a history of their customers' activity. Bellator Real Estate down in Alabama, they call their system Square One, and they've got immediate links into all sorts of company intranet related material. It's the hub for them to work as a single sign-on dashboard into all of their other products. And on the far right side, you're seeing our off-the-shelf version of the DeltaNet where you can have workflows and tile collections, automated tasks being created, and more. So your version of the system, if you work with Delta, is going to look very different than what you'll see on the demo today, because it's our job to tailor and customize the platform to the way that you need it to work for your agents. We've got hundreds of features in our platform, and not every one of your agents needs those features, because we know agents' eyes glaze over when they're in a training and there's 100 different things, they don't know where to begin, and they get overwhelmed. DeltaNET 7 is designed to give your agents that are not tech savvy literally a one-page dashboard with maybe 3 or 4 things that they need, and still be able to give the agents that crave all those other tools the ability to use them through our software. So this slide is covering some of the most heavily used features in the DeltaNET: the ability to customize websites, connect their social media accounts through our social connector tool for things like Facebook posting, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter advertising, automatically pulling in testimonials and displaying those reviews on the agent's website and making posts about them from Facebook, Zillow, Real Satisfied, and more. Having automated task creation. So if a customer looks at your website and looks at 2 listings, we're creating a task for the agent so they know to follow up with that customer, because we're always showing them the activity of their clients, so they always have something to do. One of our most popular tools is My Customer for Life, which is an AI-driven newsletter that agents can activate and have ongoing content running to their customers that Delta Media Group's marketing team adds new articles to weekly for buyers, sellers, and home improvement, with over 800 articles available today. Delta Create is loaded with hundreds of customizable e-card and print flyer designs, which I'll walk through shortly. We're integrated with Google Workforce and Office 365 to enable 2-way calendar, contact, and email syncing with our software. So you can log into your DeltaNET using your Office 365 account or your Google account and have those contacts in your CRM synced both ways. Customizable seller and market watch reports, an integrated pipeline manager that'll pull data from SkySlope, Dotloop, Property Base, and other services, an open house management app called Open House Connector, AI-driven lead scoring and customer tracking, and our DeltaNET Academy education system. And before I get into the DeltaNET, I'm going to show you a couple of the intangibles that you won't see in the software that are highly popular from the agents using the system. So for example, our clients can turn on a new listing alert package, meaning whenever the agent gets a new listing, they automatically get an email from the DeltaNET, or whatever you call your version of the software, saying, congratulations on your listing. Here's all the marketing that was created to advertise that property. So if they've got their automations turned on, within minutes of me entering a listing at the MLS, I've got a complete marketing package saying, here's your flyer, here's your postcard, your brochure, here's the videos we published for you, here's the ad that's ready to run on Facebook. Literally within minutes, the agents are given a complete marketing package that they can interact with directly from their email. So they don't even need to log into the system to have this immense value presented to them, that because they're an agent with your brokerage using our software, they've got these complete marketing packages immediately available that they can either click send and run that material, or they can go right into the DeltaNET and modify and customize these designs. Their clients can also sign up for instant listing alerts. So when you've got a customer that signs up for a saved search, they can get either instant, daily, or weekly breakdowns of all the new properties that have hit the market, with call to actions and links to drive them back to the agent's website. We've also got our interactive seller reports, which are designed to show the seller all the activity that the agent is doing to help market their property, showing the seller the number of times their property has been viewed, any marketing that's running for that listing, any showing activity and upcoming open houses, all logged on an interactive seller report for the seller to see real time. And once a customer has moved into a new market, once they've completed a transaction, we recommend the agent set up market watch reports that can run to the seller, or to the customer rather, showing them all the activity of what's happening in the market where they now live. The annual median sold price, the number of active listings and pendings in that neighborhood, what are homes selling for in that market, with, again, call to actions to get them back to the agent's website. Everything in our platform that you're about to see is integrated with over 100 different third-party services. I've mentioned several of them on the call already today. Here's just a quick snapshot at a handful of the services we integrate with. We also are integrated in with services like Zapier, which opens up over 1,000+ integrations into our platform. All that being said, let's do a jump directly into the DeltaNET, and I'll show you the off-the-shelf experience of what our customers will see inside of the DeltaNET platform. And we're going to begin by using one of our demo accounts here. So I'm about to share my screen, and you'll see the first walkthrough of, again, the default version of DeltaNet 7, keeping in mind that your experience may be much different based off of the needs that you tell us as we're configuring the software for you. One of the things I want to make mention of as we're inside of the DeltaNet is that the system is 100% mobile responsive. So regardless of where you're using this, be it desktop or on mobile or on a tablet, you have complete functionality one-to-one across all versions of the software. There's no loss in functionality no matter where you're using it. Additionally, we know that more than 80% of all DeltaNet usage comes from mobile. So this is built out of the box specifically to feel like a mobile app. And the DeltaNet is an app available in the iOS and Android app stores. And we recommend all of our agents install it on their phone to get things like push notifications about their customers' activity. Inside of the DeltaNet itself, you will be able to set up your own navigation for your agents. So each agent user role can have their own unique navigation, giving them links into the tools that you think are important for them. Their home page and every page of the DeltaNet is built into widgets. So I could see here tile collections, which are basically workflows to get me into other features of the system. So if I know agents are going to be wanting to build CMAs or build their website or build QR codes, they can go into the build workflow and they never need to leave their dashboard. If they want to analyze things like property search or market reports, they can get into the analyze workflow. I can see my activities for the day that have been generated. So I've got my interactive task list, showing me all the contacts I need to follow up with. And if I see a blue plus button on a widget, that means I can add or interact with it in some way. So I've got a full screen pop-up allowing me to create tasks. And when I'm done, I've never left the page I'm working on. Everything was designed in DeltaNet 7 to be accessible on one page without needing to train the agents that they have to go 15 different places to do something. And before I move into any of the specific features, I want to highlight a handful of the tools that are really popular with the agents using the software today. Thinking more on that line of made yours, we want the agents to be able to create their own favorite tiles. So if they know there's only 2 or 3 things that they're regularly doing in the system, they can simply add it as a tile and they have immediate access into it no matter where they're at in the DeltaNet. So if I know I'm always getting into the Open House Connector app, I simply open my DeltaNet app, click on my plus button, and I can see all of the apps that are available, all the features that are in my favorite tiles. And if I want to remove one here, I can simply click the remove button. So I can add literally any feature in the system into my favorite tiles and have immediate access into it. Also familiar to agents that are used to any social media is their notification stream. So when they log in, they can see all the most important notifications that have come into them that they still need to respond to. So I log in, I see I've got 5 high-level notifications, and I can go directly into those tasks and see the notifications that were sent to me. And I can work my way through those notices. Also, we have built in our quick search feature. This is something we introduced in DeltaNet 6 that's been maintained. So no matter where I'm at in the software, I can find any feature or any contact or any file, anything I might need to possibly find is accessible by typing it into the quick search bar. So let's say I'm working in my system and I get a phone call from one of my customers, Anthony. I can click on, type in Anthony's name. This opens Anthony's contact record. So I can see everything related to this customer. I could call him, email him, see which phases of the pipeline he's in. We have the ability of tying family members to his account. I have notes. I can see any tasks tied to him, and even a timeline of all the activity that this customer has ever done inside of the system. When I'm done working on Anthony's contact record, I click the back button, and I've never left the page that I'm working on. Every single feature of the DeltaNet, including contacts and other agents, are accessible by typing them into the search bar and bringing that feature to you. And I want to talk a little bit about user rules before I dig into the other features, because this is where you have the ability of creating what your user roles see. Simple mode, advanced mode. You might have a part-time agent role and a full-time agent role, an office management role, and each of them have different access to use different tools in the DeltaNet. So I'm going to highlight here, jumping over into the admin side of the DeltaNet, where I'm going to get into our user roles with our navigation and access tools. So if you give me just one second here, we're going to pull up the page where I can both build unique user roles and customize all of the pages of the DeltaNet itself. And that's done through the page that we call navigation and access. This is a page that's only visible to company root admins, and it's literally the customization page of the DeltaNet. So you see the left-hand navigation here is all determined by what's on my navigation and access page. So here's my prospect page. If I open that up, here's all the links that are within my prospect dashboard. Underneath of automate, here's all the pages that are within my automate dashboard. I can then see every user role that's in my company, basic agents, upgraded agents, office users, and admins. I can see all of the user roles that I've got created, and then I can see which features does that particular user role have access to. And every single feature of the DeltaNet gives you the ability of saying that user role can or can't see that specific feature. So if you don't want most of your agents getting into the domains tab because you think it's too advanced to set up custom domains, you think it would just overwhelm them to see it, you can hide that domains tab from being visible to your simple mode users. Maybe you want to give access to the lead update system, but only to your office managers. You can make that feature available only to an office manager. So each one of your widgets and each one of the pages in your system, you can customize which user roles you want to give access to that feature. So the sky is really the limit when you think about how you want to create the user roles in your company so that you're only delivering the tools that you know your agents are going to interact with to try to drive your adoption up. So let's take a look at our homepage dashboard. We just showed you that on the agent interface. If I want to customize what's shown on that dashboard, I can actually edit each and every page of the DeltaNet as an admin. I could change my icon. I could change the title of it. I can change the workflows that are showed on that agent's dashboard. If you wanted to add a button that is going to be a quick link into another DeltaNet feature, I can add that as a tile that will display on that agent's homepage now. So I could see the pipeline manager is now going to be a link on the agent's dashboard. Or I could delete that tile altogether or remove it from the page. You also have the ability of taking widgets and building those onto your internal pages. So on our default version of the DeltaNet, the agents are able to see their stats, like active customers and to-dos, and they can see any tasks that they need to complete. Maybe you want to add another widget to your agent's homepage that is your company news. So when your agents log in, you want them to see any news articles that you guys have going on. I can add that widget to the page. It's all in a drag and drop interface, so I can literally reorder how those widgets are displayed. I could remove that widget altogether. And let's use the Delta Media Group news widget. So we'll say, I want to create that as a small widget here. And maybe I want to add one more. We're going to do the Delta Media Group video widget. I've now added these two widgets to my agent homepage dashboard and saved that change. So now what I'm going to do is go to my homepage. And you're now going to see, based off of what I just defined on navigation and access, I see all of my workflows at the top, like advertise, prospect, automate, analyze, and build. I see my tasks. And then I've got the two widgets that I just added, Delta Media Group news and videos. So you guys have the ability of actually putting any feature of the DeltaNet on any page in the system, meaning we have clients that their simple mode users have no navigation at all, and every single thing they possibly need to access, they can get to right from their homepage. Something else that's really popular within DeltaNet 7 is we will also have the ability to tie our DeltaNet Academy education system into these features and widgets. So let's use the example of you've got an agent that maybe wants to customize their website. You can have them assigned the customized website DeltaNet Academy course, and they won't have the widget to modify their website until they've completed that education course. So you can actually assign courses to an agent and say, you can't access that feature until you've completed that course. And DeltaNet Academy is our training and education system that launched last spring. And this will show me as the agent all the courses that are assigned to me and the date and time they're due. Here is the customized website course. If I click into this class, it'll give me an overview of the activity that I need to complete here, broken down into modules. And I can complete these modules step by step, where these modules will have integrated videos, integrated quizzes, and it won't give me the completion of that course until I have completed all the modules and the quiz assigned to that course. These can be more than just DeltaNet related courses. This system allows you to create your own training and education courses on the admin side of the system. We have clients that create, for example, a day one onboarding course. Every time they hire a new agent, they're assigned that course on day one. And that course will show them things like, here's all of our office locations. Here's where you park. Here's how you access our print materials. Here's where you find your signs. Here's our Wi-Fi codes. So they can literally assign their training courses to their agents, and it's for all of their onboarding material. This can be used for DeltaNET and any other thing you can think of from a training and education perspective. And this all has roll-up reporting to the office managers to show them which courses have actually been completed by their agents. Let's work through a couple of the popular features on these workflows. For example, we have AdWizard, which is our advertising program that allows agents to build and run paid ads directly through the DeltaNet. So if I come into AdWizard, I can create a new ad, or I can run one that I've been working on. So if I click the plus button, it'll tell me to create an ad. I can set the address that I'd like to run this ad for, and it's a 3-step builder. I set my radius for how I want to target the social media ad. I can modify elements in the design itself. If I'm happy with that, I go to the next step where I can set how long I want this ad to run for. So I can set my run, for example, to be from April 2nd. Maybe we want to run that through April 5th. And it's going to show me what the estimated cost is to run that ad and what the performance of the ad will be. And then finally, it'll give me an overview of the ad that I've built. And I can purchase this using my credit card, or I could save and pay later. There are dozens of different ad templates built into AdWizard, and agents can even set up their own automations with payment profiles to have ads automatically running. For example, maybe the agent wants a $30 ad to run every time they get a new listing. They could set up that automation through AdWizard. Let's talk about Delta Create, because this is the next major version update of our Creative Studio software. Creative Studio originally launched inside of DeltaNet 6, and Delta Create is the evolution of Creative Studio. It's designed to give agents a interactive e-card, flyer, and print material builder all within the DeltaNet. So for example, on Delta Create, I can see first, step one, which templates do I want to use to build and run? And I can see categories of these different flyer types. Maybe I want to build, for example, a just sold postcard. So we're going to click on that postcard template. That's click number one. It's then going to open up the Create interface where I can now customize the material that I've now, the template that I've selected. And this interface is designed to be super familiar to any agent that's ever used Canva. I can see on the left-hand side the listings that I can map into this flyer. So I'm going to map one of my sold properties here. It carries through all of the details of this home. All of the data is automatically mapped. If I click on one of these sections here, it's going to show me what I can change about this template. So I clicked on the photo. Here are all the other photos of the property that I could swap out on this postcard. I could edit my text right here in line. So I can edit text fields. I could change my photo, and I could modify or resize different elements of the design. I can even do things like change colors of the designs. So I highlighted a section of the flyer, and it's going to show me all my other company colors that I could use to swap out for that element of the flyer. Of course, we have the ability to undo and redo those changes as well. And because I'm working on a postcard, there's two sides to it. So if I click on the Pages button, it'll allow me to flip to the back of that design. Here, again, I have the ability of changing out all my different logos. I can change the sizes of those logos. I can map different data. I can resize all these different elements, drag and drop and move them around within the editor itself. So you've got complete control flexibility on all the designs within Delta Create. So the idea is you can easily map in any other listing data you may want. Let's say I wanted to change this listing to something different. I can do that. And again, it'll show me what I can interact with in the design. Because I'm now done editing this, I can now share it. Whenever you're done editing your templates, it'll give you the ability to save it, to come back and reuse it in the future. And I can now send this postcard either on social media, I could send it as an e-card, or I have it connected to multiple printers. So I could run it to Express Docs or an in-house printer, or I could even create a social media ad out of this design. So you've got the ability to interact with all of these postcards, flyers, e-card designs directly within the Create interface. Let's show you a little bit about how that works on mobile, because the idea is we want agents to be able to seamlessly create their own marketing in 3 clicks or less. So here's a Facebook post template. So I find the template I like, I click on it. That's step one. So you find your template, you interact with it. I've selected that template. It's now going to take me into the create interface on mobile, and it's showing me the Facebook post template that's been selected. Based off of what I click in this, it's going to then give me the ability to change out which listing is being advertised. So again, I click on the section of the document I want to edit, and it gives me the workflow pop up. I could change the photo, it goes away. I click on my name, it shows me all of my photos that I could highlight on this design. If I click on the text, again, I can edit and modify that text right here in line. And if I'm done with how this looks, I click the share button, and it gives me the prompt to save it and send this to social media, or I could even use this as an e-card design. So it gives me the pop-up of all the different ways that I can interact with this particular print piece that I've selected. So on mobile, you've got all the same functionality that you have on desktop within the Delta Create interface. I'm going to quickly show you our customer center page just to give you a quick look into contacts. Again, you guys can determine all of the widgets that are displayed on any one of these dashboards. So out of the box, our customer center page is going to show the agents all of their tasks that they can interact with, any leads that they've been assigned that they need to respond to, customers that are active. If I want to click into any one of those contacts, it's going to give me their contact card to interact with, and I can close that, and I'm still on my dashboard. We've got user groups that'll drive all of your marketing campaigns, and I can even see special events for people coming up inside of my CRM. You can import contacts in bulk, you can export contacts, merge them together. We have an interactive customer list page and more that allows you to even build dynamic call down lists to interact with groups of customers. Our pipeline manager allows agents to set their sales goals for the year and see how close they are to reaching those sales goals and where those contacts are at in the sales funnel. So this agent, for example, is 41% of the way towards their annual sales goal based off their closed transactions. These things all automatically filter in from services like SkySlope, Property Base, and Dotloop. The agents can manage their open houses. They can also automate a variety of tools. The first one I'll show you is Social Connector. This is one of the most popular tools in the DeltaNET because it allows agents to connect multiple social media accounts to their DeltaNET. This agent, for example, has 3 different Facebook pages connected. And I can see at a glance which social media is connected and how many automations are turned on for that particular social channel. So if I wanted to turn on an automation to have posts running to Facebook, I simply connect to my Facebook page, and then I can turn on or off any one of these posts. So if I want new listings to run, I can literally click, turn on, and now I've got automated new listing posts running to my Facebook page. If you want automated open house posts, every time you get an open house, you want it to run a post on your social media channels, you could turn that on and then even set when that post should delete. So if you want your open houses to delete after 5 days of being posted, I could come in here and set those to delete in advance. And there's a variety of automated posts that can be set up for things like if you write a blog, if you get a review, if you've got content you want running, that can run through Social Connector. MCFL will allow you to set up your automated newsletter articles that can run to all of your groups of contacts. And you can even see every single article that is included within MCFL. So you can see all the content that's running to your customers. Campaigns is going to show you all of the active drip campaigns that you've got turned on. By default, every company can set email campaigns to be active out of the box because we know agents are rarely going to get in here and set up their own campaigns. So I could see, for example, this is an active open house leads campaign that the company has set up. If I look at the details of that campaign, it's going to show me the number of customers that are in the campaign. I could see if there's any triggers activated. So for example, if mortgage rates fall below a certain percentage, activate this campaign. And then I see all the steps. Day 1, it's going to send an email, and I could preview what that email looks like when it runs to my customers. So I can see a preview of the email that's going to run the first day somebody's in the strip campaign. Day 3, it'll create a task for me to follow up with them. On day 5, it sends an email. On day 8, it creates one last task, and then we get to the end of the campaign. So once the campaign ends, it notifies me that the campaign is finished, and then I can chain it into another campaign. So I could say, if somebody came to my open house, automatically activate this drip campaign. Now that the campaign is completed, chain them into my holiday campaign. So because they came to one of my open houses, they get Merry Christmas emails for all eternity. We have a complete testimonial platform that will allow you to see all the reviews that have been approved to display on your website. And I can even add reviews through this widget. The build interface will allow our agents to come into Delta Create to build their own custom marketing materials. They can get into Delta Pitch, which is our CMA builder, allowing them to build a CMA in as little as 2 clicks and see an overview of all of the CMAs that they've already been working on. So out of the box, we have 3 CMA templates. Companies can build and add their own CMAs as well. They can even have their own unique CMA pages. And we do have complete webinars on Delta Pitch that are available if you want to deep dive on our CMA platform. Agents can build custom pages on their website. So I can change the navigation on my website, add custom pages, all modifiable through our pages system interface. Agents have the ability of customizing their website designs. Out of the box, as I mentioned earlier, there's over 50 mobile responsive templates that are available for agents to choose from. If they want to see what their website would look like with a specific design, they can click on that theme. It'll show them the details of it, and they can preview what would my website look like if I was using it on desktop or on tablet or in a mobile responsive interface. If you like a look at that, you hit set live and you're done. If you want to customize the theme, you can go into the modular theme editor, which will allow the agents to customize all of the colors of the design. They can add their own background images, so they can upload what images are shown on their homepage, or even select them from a gallery of approved photos. They can customize which logos are displayed on their website. They can interact with the different sections on their homepage. So they have full control over the look and feel of their website and the domain of the site and more. Finally, I'll mention we have a full reporting engine, allowing agents to get detailed analytics on how their emails, their websites, and more are performing. So you've got access to detailed reports, managing your own listings, a full detailed backend property search, and more, all tied directly into the DeltaNET 7 interface. Also, I mentioned earlier our DeltaNET Academy training and education system. In addition to that, we have other intranet tools like Cloud Delta, which is our file storage hub, allowing you to upload and manage your own files and folders and documents within the DeltaNET. This is all a full permission-based enterprise-level file storage platform. We have our agent roster pages to allow you to see all of the other agents within your company, haves and wants that allows you to have internal messaging and communications with your agents, and an internal message board. And finally, I'm going to show you our custom page example that I've built for this webinar, which is just an example of me having built a custom page and putting a variety of different widgets on this page. So here's a page that I've created that's got our domains widget, so I can see which domains are tied to my website. We've got our integrated national do not call list, so I can check numbers to see if they're on the DNC registry. I can see my lead update request system, so I can let my company know the leads that were generated, if they were valuable leads or not. I've got special events widgets showing me all the upcoming special events for people in my CRM and more. So again, there's so much that's available within the DeltaNET. This is a very high level overview of just a handful of the features and widgets that are available. The system is completely customizable to the look and feel of your company, and you can build your own unique workflows and user roles so you can see what is available to each of the unique roles in your company. We're going to jump back into the keynote, and I'll wrap up with the last handful of items as we begin to close out the webinar today. So the third area of our business that we cover is support and training. So in addition to the marketing and technology services we've covered, we also believe very heavily in providing high quality training and support that's available via phone call, live chat, email, and more. We do live training every single Tuesday called our Tech Tuesday series. We have a built-in training and education system in DeltaNET Academy, and our help center is available for the agents as well. A key item to note is if you white label your system and you customize your own version of the DeltaNET, we have services available as well that will white label all of our training and education for your version of the software. Again, we have brokerages whose agents have no idea who DeltaNET is, who Delta Media Group is, because they call their system something totally different, and there's no Delta branding anywhere. We want the system to feel like it's yours. If you want to launch with DeltaNET 7 and you're a current Delta Media Group client, you're able to activate DeltaNET 7 next week. You'll be able to log in to your DeltaNet as a company administrator, go under preferences, then globals, and you'll see a section that says DeltaNet version, and you can toggle on to DeltaNet 7 at no additional cost to you. When enabled, DeltaNet 7 will become the default experience for your agents, and longtime customers will remember when we moved from DeltaNet 5 to 6, you have the ability of running both versions at the same time. That's true today for our 7 launch as well. So you can roll out specific agents, specific offices, and activate DeltaNet 7 just for specific people. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. And even if you have DeltaNet 7 turned on, you can roll back to DeltaNet 6 at any time by clicking your name and saying back to 6. We do recommend, if you're a current customer, reaching out to our support team, and a partner success manager will help you configure your version of the DeltaNet before you activate it for your agents. So if you want to get in there and build user roles, you want to customize some of your DeltaNet pages, you want to put together training material in DeltaNet Academy, let us know, and we've got the ability to help you configure and get your system ready for your DeltaNet 7 rollout. If you are a non-Delta customer and you're interested in using DeltaNet 7, please contact me at sales@deltagroup.com, or you can go to deltamediagroup.com and fill out any of the contact forms. They'll notify me to get in touch with you. I'll set up a one-on-one consultation with your company, and we'll be able to take an overview of your current platform and show you what it would look like if you wanted to make the switch to Delta. Right now, we do have a DeltaNet 7 launch promotion running that any brokerage looking to use our theme-based websites, you have a free setup fee. So it's no cost to you to make the switch to Delta, and you pay us nothing until you go live. And our typical turnaround time to get theme websites up and running is just 3 to 6 weeks. And we can give you a custom monthly quote based off of the size of your company and the marketing packages that you're interested in. So again, if you'd like to learn more about DeltaNet 7, please reach out to us directly, and we're happy to set up a consultation to get you an idea of what it would look like if you wanted to make the switch to us. And with that being said, with our last couple of minutes here, I'm going to answer some of the questions that were put in Q&A, and I'm happy to answer any other questions that you have. One question that we have is, are we covering the admin side of DeltaNet 7 versus 6? So today was entirely focused on DeltaNet 7 agent side. This is a great question if you're an existing customer, because all of the updates that you saw on the walkthrough today is DeltaNet 7 agent side. We are doing a full rework on the admin side of the DeltaNet, which is scheduled for release in 2024. So now that DeltaNet 7's agent side is completely finished and wrapped up, our focus is going to shift to doing a complete rework of our admin side of the platform. The agent side of the DeltaNet had over 100 features that we needed to account for. The admin side has even more. So now that we've got our style guide and all of the things covered that we needed to get DeltaNet 7 agents in the hands of your agent users, now our focus is shifted to the admin side, and the brokerages that participate in our advisory committees will be giving us direct feedback on the admin side as well. DeltaNet 7 admin side, again, is scheduled to release in early 2024. So for now, any brokerage using DeltaNet 7 will have DeltaNet 7 agent experience and DeltaNet 6 on the admin side. So 7 admin is coming basically a year from today. Are there any other questions that I can answer while we're on the live call? There's a question on the contact card customer profile. Is there a way to make the group section a clickable button for quick add or take away instead of having to edit it by hitting the profile edit button? That's great feedback. I'll definitely make a note of that and take that back to the team to make it so that you can easily edit the groups of a contact directly on their contact card without needing to click the edit button first. Just basically saying, hey, I want to add them to a group. I'll take that feedback down. Another question that was asked is, will we receive a YouTube link on this? Absolutely, yes. Everybody that registered for this webinar will get a follow-up email with a link to this recording, as well as a call to action to get in touch with me if you want to set up a direct consultation to come on board with Delta, or set up a meeting with your partner success manager so that if you're a current client, you can get your system configured and ready for a rollout. Question was, is there an app for the Android users? Yes. The entire DeltaNet platform is a mobile app. All you need to do is search DeltaNet in either the iOS or Android app store, and you'll find the DeltaNet app that you can download. You'll log in using your normal DeltaNet credentials, and you'll be able to start using the system immediately. We do also offer mobile app websites. If you want to have a website, mobile app version of your website, that's also a service that we offer. And if you're a brokerage that white labels your system, so it's not called the DeltaNET, we do also offer white labeled mobile apps. So for example, I had mentioned earlier, a company calls their system ProLink Plus. They can have the ProLink Plus version of their DeltaNET app in the App Store, so their agents look up ProLink Plus instead of DeltaNET. Question is, how can you find out who your partner success manager is? If you just email support@deltagroup.com, they'll make sure that you get in touch with your appropriate partner success manager, who will follow up with you to help get your system configured. I'll give it one more second for any other last minute questions. Otherwise, I want to thank everybody that took the time to join me on this webinar this afternoon. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly. My email is sales@deltagroup.com. If you're a current client looking to get on board with DeltaNet 7, reach out to me or support@deltagroup.com, and we're happy to get working with you on getting this all configured. Thank you so much, everybody, for your time today. This recording will run out later this afternoon. Have a wonderful day, and thank you.